how to make a digital planner to sell on Etsy. And we're going to be discussing how we can sell it online on Etsy for people to buy. So basically, we are going to be making a template for a digital planner and we're going to be selling it up on Etsy. Now let's discuss what and how we're going to create our digital planner. Now, a digital planner can be created many ways. Like you can create it on Photoshop or you can create it on some paid platform. But today we're going to be working on a great software, which is called Canva. Now, I'm pretty sure most of you on the internet and most of you watching this video are familiar with what Canva is. But if you're not, Canva is basically a free online platform where you can create and design anything. As you can see down here, I've made all these different types of designs and you can make anything you want. And the fun part about it is this platform is totally free. Like it has its plans and pricings, but the free platform or the free let's say plan is totally amazing. It has all the features that you want in it and it has all the designing aspects to it. So now that we know what Canva is, let's get into how we're going to create a digital planner on Canva. Now, there are two ways to create a digital planner. One is obviously this is the whole Canva interface. This is the Canva search bar. Now, if we were to click on the search bar and write anything like, let's say, I'm going to write planner. If I write planner, look at that. It gives me templates for a digital planner. Or even if you want to write a digital planner for my OCD folks out there, if you write a digital planner, we can see that it gives us digital planners. So let's say if I were to click on digital planner right here, I'm just going to wait for it to load up and look at that. It brings you to all these different templates of different digital planners. Now know this, that some of them are paid and the paid ones are going to have this in the bottom right of them. So just make sure to not go on the paid ones unless you do want to pay for them. That's totally upon you. And then there are also some that come with the pro plan, but the ones with the free plan won't have any thingamajiggy on them like this $sign or this pro crown on it. They're just gonna be plain planners. So let's say I'm just gonna write planner right now. If we write planner and look at that, there's the planner. I'm just gonna click on that and look at this. We get tons and tons of digital planner templates through which we can work around and let's say I like this template. I like what I see in this. Now to customize it, all you're going to do is you're going to click on customize this template. And once you go and customize this template, what's going to happen is Canva is going to bring you to this great designing blank canvas. And over here, you can basically mess around and create whatever you like. Now, first of all, this is an already made template. So all you need to do is you're going to just mess around with all the aspects of it. So let's say you want to change it from a weekly planner to a daily planner. You can just change it into that and obviously change it from weekly priorities to, let's say you want to change it to daily. And you can also change the rest, like if you don't want it for appointments, you can change it to tasks and you can change the reminder and you get the point. You can change all these things if you want. And once you're done, this is it. That is how easy and quick it is to make a digital planner for yourself through the Canva templates. But if you are a person with sheer creativity and you are not satisfied until you have your very own planner made by yourself, then I have another solution for you. All you need to do is you're going to come up here on create a design. Now, once you go and create a design, over here it says custom size. You're going to click on custom size. And over here in the width, you're going to write 8.5. In the height, you're going to write 11. Now, once you do that, obviously make sure to change it to inches. And we're just going to set it again to 8.5. I'm going to set this to 11. And there we go. And once you do that, you're going to click on create new design. And once you create new design, this is what you're going to end up with. An 8.5 by 11 inch canvas where you're going to start doing your things. Now, first of all, before starting, the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to need to get some rulers into this. So for that, we're going to go on file. And once we go on file, obviously you can either go and view settings and over here it says show margins, show print bleed. You can choose the margins and print bleed if you want. I just don't recommend them. I recommend the rulers and guides. So we're going to click on show rulers and guides. And once you do that, you're going to zoom in a bit on your canvas. There we go. There we go. And then use your rulers and guides to obviously create this look for your page, just so you know what you're working around with. So I'm going to center that. Then I'm going to bring this down here just to make it into a nice little box. Then I'm going to bring this here and I'm going to bring this here. So this is just to keep my aspect ratio good and make it look very professional, because obviously no one likes something that does not look very proportional or professional. So once you've done this, now keeping in the boundaries, you're going to start doing your work. Now, the first thing, obviously, that you need to do is you're going to set a very nice and fragrant tone to your background. Now, for that, obviously, we're going to go here. And once you go in colors, you're going to obviously choose whatever color that you want, but make sure to choose a very light, happy, and fragrant color, as I just told you. Let's say if you were to choose a color like dark blue or black, or let's say a dark purple or some color like this isn't a very good color when it comes to obviously designing your planners, because as you can see over here, everyone who's a successful seller of digital planners on Etsy have all these light-hearted planners with like an off-whitish shade, or maybe a light brown, a light yellow, or something like that. The best color to go with your digital planner would be a very subtle off-white. So we're gonna go with off-white right now. I'm just gonna go here, close that, and make sure to choose a very subtle off-white, and I think this should be good. If you still don't like the color, all you can do is you're going to go on Google and you're going to write off-white color code. Now, once you do that, here's the color code for off-white. You're going to copy it. You're going to come here. You're going to click on the background, click on the color, go on this plus sign and paste this code over here, and there you go. There's the off-white color. And that's what it looks like. Now what we're going to do is obviously we're going to start creating our basic planner. Now let's say you don't know the proper structure of what a digital planner is supposed to look like. Do not worry, I have you covered over there as well. There is a great site on Google which is called Creative Fabrica. So if we were to go on it, let me just show you what it's all about. Let's go on Creative Fabrica. It's creativefabrica.com. Now, if we were to go over here, we can see that Creative Fabrica is obviously a place for all these different creations, arts, and designs. Now, let's say you were to come here and write digital planner. Here we are, digital planner. We just searched it, and look at this. We have all these different designs for digital planners. Now, what difference this has from other places that show digital planners, over here you can actually get the top-notch digital planners with the greatest designs that you can find. And once you come here, you can obviously look through on how the digital planner actually looks. So let's say I were to come here and okay, so I like the structure of this one, and you could just straight up copy it from over here. So that is how easy it is. And trust me, Creative Fabrica is the best site where you can get the best designs and formats for digital planners. Obviously, if you want to use them, you obviously have to buy them, but you can look at from afar through the pictures that the people have provided you. And once you do that, you can start creating your very own. So now that we have pushed all the difficulties out of the way, let's start with our basic digital planner. Now, first of all, what we're going to do is obviously we're going to place in our texts. So first of all, we're going to find a very nice and a very comforting planner text. I'm going to go with this one. So once you find your text, I'm just going to make sure to delete that, and you're going to set the aspect ratio of your text. I'm just going to do that and choose your text. Make it a bit smaller and fit it in on the top. I'm going to make it more smaller. Now you're going to face a bit difficulty when it comes with these rulers. So just make sure to hold on. We're going to decrease its font. Once you decrease its font, make sure it's right here. And we're going to name it weekly. And we're going to come here, planner. So there we have it. There's our weekly planner prompt. We're going to set it over here. There we go. Now, once you set your text of your weekly planner, from here on out, you're going to start creating your plans. Now, to create your plans, the first thing that you need is obviously some type of time zone, or maybe days or weeks. Depends on whatever type of plan. Now, if it's a weekly planner, you're going to obviously put in days, but if it's a daily planner, you're going to put in some type of, let's say, time. So first of all, what we're going to do, let's make a daily planner, because daily planners are a bit complex because they have different time frames on it. So we're going to go on text. We're going to go on this white Christmas text again. We're going to delete this one, and we're going to use this one for our time. So let's say the first time I'm going to add is, let's say, 7 a.m. Or wait, I'm just going to do that, 7 a.m. And this could be 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. And once you do that, You're going to come up here and you're going to set it like this. Make sure that your text is centered like that. And once you do that, we're just going to make sure to bring it like this over here. There we go. And then obviously, just to make sure that you don't have to constantly bring the text in again, you're just going to copy this, paste this, bring it right down here, right under it. And you're going to do that step again and again until you obviously have the certain amount of texts you want. So paste, bring it down, set it right here, paste, bring it down, set it right here. So you get what I mean. So you do that once all the planners you have are set it up like this. So I'm just gonna have this much planners. I don't need more. So there we go. Now, once you have the right amount of planners, all you need to do is then you're gonna set up your time. Now, to obviously set up your time, all you need to do is you're just gonna double click, change the time. There we go. And from here on out, you're gonna start changing your time like that. And it's very simple. It's a very basic drag and drop procedure, and you're gonna do this with great ease. Like, even if you have never worked with a program like this, don't worry. It's totally usable and it's totally amazing, and you will not be disappointed once you have used Canva. So again, we're gonna change this to 11 a.m. and we're gonna change this to 2 p.m. And then furthermore, we're gonna change the other ones. This last one over here, we're gonna change it to 12 p.m. We're going to change this to 3 p.m. There we go. So basically our daily plan times are set. Now obviously this doesn't look the most appealing, so you're probably wondering how we can make it look a tad bit better, a tad bit appealing. So for that, we're going to go in elements. And once we go in elements, we're going to write lines. Now once you write lines, you're going to find tons and tons of lines here, and you're going to choose what looks best for your design. So I find this to look best for my design. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to choose this line, choose the right place to add it. Once you do that, again, you're going to copy this, paste it, copy this line, and I'm going to paste it, and there we go. Then I'm going to set it accordingly like that, just to make sure that it matches the aspect ratio of the other lines. Again, there we go. Again, there we go. And make sure to choose the right color. Like, if you don't have the correct coloring that goes with your background, then I assure you that it won't look the most appealing when you're obviously presenting it to anyone on Etsy. So yeah, just an advice from me. And once this is done, look at that. It already looks a bit more better and a bit professional. So I'm just gonna make another line, and I'm gonna put it in sideways like this. I'm gonna close it in like that, and there we go. That should be good enough. Obviously, you're going to paste it again. Do the same thing with the other line. I'm going to paste it, bring it here, and there we go. So now our box looks much more fuller and much more complete. Now, obviously, under here, what we're going to do is up here we have times. Down here, we're going to make tabs for, let's say, our reminders or our tasks. And for that, we're obviously going to click on or write box. Now, once we write box, obviously you can go with the formal look, or you can go with a bit comfortable or let's say funky look. So for that, all you need to do, you're going to click on some, let's say funky looking box. I'm going to choose this one, and I'm going to make it a bit smaller just to fit it. And once we've done that, look at that. It looks a bit like any other planner that we've seen right now. So I'm just going to make it a tad bit big, and I'm going to bring it right here. Once I bring it right here, I'm going to copy this text. And if you're having a bit difficulty, all you need to do, you're going to zoom in, copy, paste. Once you do that, you're going to bring it down here, bring it right above this, and you're going to name it anything. Like, let's say I'm going to name it tasks. And if you want it to be in smaller letters, all you need to do, you're going to click on this prompt up here. Once you do that, there we go. We have tasks now. And under tasks, obviously, you're going to start writing your tasks. So I'm going to bring this here. And over here, you're going to write, today I need to feed the dog or something like that. You can obviously start writing tasks. Now, obviously, you're going to make sure to make the font smaller because obviously you need to fill them in these boxes. Make sure to fix any fonts, etc., and much more. So obviously, this is the digital planner that you're making to give the audience an appealing look. So do know this, that you're going to need to make a template that looks like it's full up. And then you're also going to make a template that's empty. Like it's going to have all this design, but it's not going to have the texts because obviously the person who's going to buy it from you is going to fill in to those things. So this is what I'm making just for show purposes. So then you're going to add more tasks right down here. I'm just going to bring this down. I'm going to add more tasks like I need to go surfing and much more. You get the point. And once you do that, obviously you're going to copy this, you're going to paste it. I'm going to bring it down here to add more tasks, like it could be reminders and much more. You can also change the color. Let's say you don't want it to look like the same one up there, but do make sure that the color scheming is not too different, like this one right here. We're going to copy this, paste it, bring it down here, and make this tab for our reminders. So I'm going to go here, write reminders. And once we do that, we're going to copy one of these texts, copy, paste, bring it down, and there we go. So reminders could be please water the plants, please close the yard door, and much more. You get the point. And then obviously you can also add different elements up here to make it look more designish and more, nicer. Now, after you've done all these and made all these prompts, now do make sure that you don't have any blank spaces in your planners, because blank spaces just don't look very appealing. So to cover up these blank spaces, what you can do is you can use tape. Now, you probably think what tape is. Tape is what people have added to their planners just to make it look a bit, as I said, funky, a bit nicer, and much more. So I'm just gonna make this tape a bit smaller. And once we've made it smaller, we're gonna bring it here, and I'm gonna change it to that. And I'll make sure the size is not too big. I'm gonna make it a bit smaller, and there we go. So that's tape, and make sure to not make it look too weird or out of place. There we go. Now it looks much more like it's a part of that. And make sure that, again, the color scheme matches. So there you can add tapes. You can, let's say, add little graphics like stars. I'm going to take stars right here, do that. And I'm going to bring these stars right down here like this. Here we go. There's one star. You could also add more stars like these. And these are obviously stars that you can change colors of. I'm going to select the graphic. Once you do that, you're going to bring it down here. There we go. And you can obviously make them a bit different, a bit propelling, like that. Bring it there, and there we go. And you can also fill in these graphics with more things. As I said, you can fill it with tape just to make it look more friendly. I'm going to use this one, and I'm going to just make it smaller. There we go. There we have it. And we're just going to come here. We're going to revert this like that. Make sure the opacity is good. And once you mess around with the opacity, there we go. So there's your tape. Makes it look much nicer and much better. Now, furthermore, what you're going to do is obviously here's your tasks. Here are your reminders. Up here, you're going to start adding, let's say, a list of things, or maybe your calendar. Now, to add the whole calendar, you're going to need to write calendar elements. Now, first of all, you're going to obviously add a little banner that shows a calendar just to give the audience a clue what's going to come down there. And once you do that, up here, you're going to start adding your texts. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to paste this over here. Bring this here. Make it a bit smaller than the original text. Do that. And you're going to write calendar. Make sure your spellings are correct, not like mine. And once we do that, you're going to start making your own calendar. So we're going to, again, copy the text that we've used everywhere. Copy that. Just make sure to have the whole font procedure should be same. Just make sure not to have it differently. So there's MTW, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So there we go. There's our weeks. 1, 2, 3. Make sure that it's evenly spread out to 1, 2, 3. There's 1, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There we go. Now it's evenly spread out. We're going to do it like that. And obviously under here, you're going to start to make rows. Now to make rows, obviously you're going to need a line, but make sure that the line doesn't matches the one with the boxes that you just used. Now you're probably wondering what I mean by that. What I mean by that is I'm just going to show you. Here we go. Now you can make dotted lines. You can change the line weight like that. Just gonna make sure the line is very light and dense like that. And then we're gonna set it up like that. Bring it down and obviously bring it to a point where it looks much more subtle. There we go. And it looks straight as an arrow. Copy it, paste it, bring it here. Make sure it's aligned with the other lines. Paste it, bring it here, aligned. There we go. And yeah, obviously do make sure that your line isn't tilted like mine, but yeah, you get the point. And then once you add this, obviously you're gonna start adding, let's say, small texts over here. Like I'm gonna add one right now. Bring this up here, and let's add something like doctor, which means that you're gonna have some type of doctor appointment or something like that. Totally whatever you have, you can add it like that. You can add doctor over here. Then over here, you can, let's say, add something like a therapist. So you need to see a therapist on Tuesday. Then let's say you have some type of business meeting that you can set for Wednesday. I'm gonna make sure, there we go. And meeting, here we go. And then obviously you go further along just like that and start creating your schedule. And I'm just gonna make sure that the lines are filled over here and copy paste. And there we go. Now, obviously it looks much more subtle, much more better, like a proper calendar. You're gonna fill in these lines and we're just gonna end the line with the line right under it, just so it doesn't look very off. Make sure it's a proper 0 or 1 degree. And once you've done that, all you need to do, you're gonna add it right under here. Make sure it's properly aligned. And once you properly aligned it, obviously change the line's length like this. I'm gonna set it up here. Make sure that you change its alignment like that. And once the alignment is changed, it's gonna look a bit like that. You're gonna fill it up, make it look nice. And obviously that's your basic template. You can also do more things by making it look a bit nicer. Let's say we're gonna add a bit flowers by going on elements. If you go on elements, we're gonna write flowers. Now, if you write flowers, let's add these. Now, you're probably wondering that this is a bit too overpowering. It's like over the whole image, it's a bit too much. Do not worry. This is all part of a plan that's gonna make your design look much better. All you need to do, you're gonna place it right there, go to opacity, and you're just gonna make it a tad bit opaque. And look at that. Look at how nice that looks. And then obviously you can take more floral designs like this one right here. You can bring it over here in the background, just like this. Make sure to send it to back. Once you do that, you're gonna make it opaque. And there we go. And again, make sure that this design is also sent to the back. I'm gonna send it to the back. There we go. And it to back. And there we go. This is how you can basically make your design or planner look a bit more or much more appealing. And you can take more flowers. Let's use these ones down here. Send to back. Go to opacity. Make it big, and look at that. Then obviously you can add more things on the left or the right side. Let's say I'm gonna add more things. I'm gonna add some, let's just write designs and see what this gives us. So look at that. You can add these things on the left side. Like I'm gonna change its orientation. Bring it here, go on opacity, make it opaque, and there we go. And you can just keep adding more things like this. I'm going to copy this and paste it on the other side as well, just to make it look nicer. And there we go. So it's a whole planner with a lot of floral designs and much better looks. And obviously at the end, you're going to realize that a lot of graphics don't really match in. So you can just delete them in the end. I'm going to make this text a bit bigger like that. And then obviously in the empty spaces, what you can do is you can fill it out with headers or footers. So let's write headers over here. And there we go. There's our full-fledged header. I'm gonna go here, drag and drop like that, and make sure that it covers the whole image up. So there we go. If this particular header doesn't fit, you can use this basic one right here. Make sure to stretch it out. Once you stretch it out, I'm gonna pull this up right here just to mess around with its color. I'm gonna make the color, let's change it to that. There we go. So there's our proper full-fledged header. There we go. And then you can also make the sideburns or the footers if you want, but that's totally upon you because that will only block the floral design more than it should. And once you've done all this, you can remove the rulers and guiders just to see what your image has turned out to. Oh, look at that. That looks so nice. That looks so much nicer than what we had earlier. And once you like what you see, all you need to do is obviously, again, I'm telling you this, you need to fill in the blank spaces so you can make more boxes. Like I'll make a box right here, change the color, keep it according to the scheme, as I said, keep it light, don't make it too different from the scheme at hand. I'm gonna make it into something like a proper pink. There we go, that's a nice color. And once we do that, you can add more things. Like what other things do a digital planner have? You can add something like alarm or maybe work. And once you add work, you can add different texts around it. Again, you're going to go on tape. And once you go on tape, you're going to choose a nice tape that goes with the theme. And once you do that, we're going to make this tape smaller, bring it here. And once we bring it here, we're going to put it right there. I'm going to add it right like that, right over here. And once we do that, look at that. It looks much better. You can also change the design if you want to by just editing the picture. As I said, you have unlimited baseless options in Canva. Now, once you have, again, as I said, created all the things that you wanted to create and you've added all the designs that you wanted to add, the final thing that you're going to need to do is obviously you're going to decide if you want it to be a printable or a digital planner. Now, there are obviously the difference between a digital and a normal printable planner is that a digital planner is someone that uses it online and just edits the PDF and does a lot more around it. A proper or a printable planner is a planner that someone prints out on an A4 paper, which is pretty obvious. So the difference between the two is you're going to click on share, you're going to click on download. Now, if it's a digital, you can just export it in a PNG. But if it's a printable, you're going to export it in either PDF standard or PDF print. It totally depends on you. Doesn't really matter. The quality in both is pretty much the same. But we're making a digital, so we're going to go with PNG for now, and we're going to click on download. Now, once we click on download, we're going to have a proper planner over here. Now, once it downloads, I'm going to show you what it looks like on picture. So there we go. It's properly downloaded. So this is what our planner is going to look like, and look at that. It really looks nice. It looks very comfortable, very fragrant, and obviously this is our basic template, and this is what we're going to go ahead and upload on our Etsy. So as we saw, you can create your very own digital planner using Canva, a totally free platform. Now let's discuss how you can sell it on Etsy in the best way. So first of all, obviously what you're going to need to do, you're going to come here on Etsy. Now, once you're on Etsy, what's going to happen is you're going to sign in or sign up. Now, I'm going to walk you through the whole sign-up process, so do not worry. So what you're going to do is you're going to come up here on register and you're going to register with your email. So I'm just going to do that and register myself, and we're going to click on register. Now let's wait for it to load us up and do everything. Now once we're loaded up, this is what our page is going to look like. Now if we want to upload something, we're obviously going to make sure that our account is properly set it up. Now, once it's set it up, you're going to come up here on Sell on Etsy. Now, once we click on Sell on Etsy, what's going to happen is we're going to come down here. We can see that millions of shoppers can't wait to see what you have in store, and you can see all these tips and tricks if you want to. But we're just going to go ahead and we're going to click on Get Started. Once you click on Get Started, you're just going to keep on going ahead. Here they say, what brings you to Etsy? Now, it's a guide to your success, so you can tell them, I'm just starting to sell, I have a business, I want to expand my business, and much, much more. You're obviously going to go with whatever suits you, or you can just skip this line of questioning. I recommend that you do it because according to these questions, it optimizes your Etsy store, and obviously you're going to get the correct amount of audience according to your questions. So I'm going to click on, I'm just starting to sell for the first time ever. And is there anything you like help with? You can choose whatever you want help with. If you don't want help with anything, you can just go ahead and click on next. And then you are all set to go. You're going to click on set up your shop. Over here, you're going to set up your language. You're going to set up your currency. Now, you're going to go with any type of fiat currency you want. And once you do that, you're going to click on Save and Continue. You're going to name a shop like Digital Planners and Co. Please do make sure, don't keep a name like mine. Make sure that you have a proper name. We're just gonna click, make sure that they are good with our name. And once they are good, all we need to do is we're gonna name our shop. We're gonna click on save and continue, and we're gonna wait for them to load us up. Now here, they're gonna ask you how you're gonna get paid and much more. So all you need to do is you're gonna put in your, let's say, debit card, credit card, and once you've done all that, you're gonna go ahead to set upping your billing. Once you do that, you're gonna go to your shop security, and then you will stock your shop by uploading your first product. Now, once you upload your first product, what's going to happen is they're going to ask you a description. It's a lot like Pinterest. If you have ever uploaded anything on Pinterest, you've seen that they ask for a description, a picture, and much more. So you're going to provide the screenshots of your planner, and then you're going to upload your actual planner. Now, don't worry, you're not going to get scammed or anything because Etsy is totally secure. All you need to do is just upload the description, the images to your planner, and details to your planner. Once you've done that, set up a good, decent price. Like, don't go ahead and start with a $10 hefty price. You're gonna start lower, like start at like $1, $2, and then obviously once you're getting good reviews, once people actually start buying your things or your planners, then you can slowly start going up with the price, because obviously slowly your reviews are going to start getting better, and as they get better, the more the people are going to click on your products, and the more people click on your products, the more likely it is that they're going to buy it, because obviously they see the reviews and the comments and they know that, okay, this person is good to work with. So as you can see, many people have started at $5, $1, $3, and then they have gradually went up to a hefty $12, $13, and much more. And obviously you can see that these people have tons of reviews, like 14,000, 6,000, 4,000, 3,000, and much more. So just make sure that there are a few things that you need to look at when you're selling. It's not always about how good your design looks. It's also about your marketing mindset. Now, if you just start spamming your product everywhere, that's not going to work. You're going to need to properly go to places, share your content, and make sure that you have a very presentable format of your planner. Now then, once you have all that, you're gonna properly start selling your digital planners on Etsy, and trust me, you will make a lot of money off of it. So yeah, that is basically it for today. That's the tutorial on how you can create a digital planner and you can sell it very easily on Etsy. Now, I hope this video was extremely helpful to you. If it was, please remember to drop a like and subscribe to the channel. It helps me out a lot. And if you have any queries or issues related to this video, please let me know that as well, and I will help you straight away down in the comments. And if you want to see more videos related to this, or in fact any video in that matter, you can let me know that as well, and I will make that video as soon as I can for you. But yes, until then, I hope you all keep having a great and amazing day. That was all from me, and I will see you all next time in the next video. Goodbye.